the first thing we really need to do is add an estimate. Let's create a job and we need to give it a name. All of this information here we can edit later on if we want to. So do we know a GIFer if we want to price things and do gross internal floor analysis? Do we want different shapes of document, different types of units? For the first job, give it a name, accept, and then we've got the job ready to start. Then we're going to go to the bill production modules and we're going to see here is the bill, and then we have a number of panes here that we can use to add attributes to the items. So here's the bill here. These panes, this one here for navigation is on auto hide, so it means that we can view it, but when we click off it, it hides. These things are permanently docked with the pin and you can move them about, and you can see there is a video specifically for that, but we need to start adding some items onto here. So we're pressing add, and as we bring our add down, it just gives us some levels. So think about SMM7, think about new rules of measurement. This is your hierarchy. So excavation, and then we're going to go down here and we're going to go to reduce levels. And then this item here is going to be the measured item. So we're going to say, okay, what are we going to do here? We're going to say not exceeding 1 meter deep. We need a unit, so we're going to have it meters cubed, and then we're going to have a quantity. Now if we know the quantity, we can just type a quantity into here. It's 12 cube. The system's going to say you've got no dimensions for that, so the system has made up some dimensions to match the 12, or you could do it this way around. You could do, I want twice times a sort of 3 meters here. Let's call it 3 meters. Yeah, or 3,000 meters, probably not. Let's just call it 3, and call that 0.7. And then we've got a very traditional dimension sheet. We can put our annotation up here. So we're repeating that process to create descriptions and quantities for the bill. If we want to, we can use item templates, and we have some standard libraries that we can go and pick here. So let's say we're using NRM2. Let's go and find the sections of NRM2, and now it's just going to show us that. Cursor's placed here, so we're going to do excavation and filling, site clearance. Just take this first item lot, and there's our item measured, and we're keeping those levels as we're running down. So we could say now, what do we want to do here? We want to do some removing some trees and the different girths of the trees. So we're bringing the items out of here, and we're now starting to build our bill of quants. If you look at the separate videos now, you'll see how there's more detail in these types of things. Once you get more advanced, you can use previous jobs as the hierarchy. So we're starting to build our bill. Then if we go up to reports up here, if we take BQ5, that's a good BQ5, the reports tab is down here, and there's a very traditional bill of quantities layout.